was some interesting stuff because I grew up auditioning with Demi. And
Lovato,
who was best friends with Selena, and like they did Barney together and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't realize that he started dating or met her around the time he did Wizards.
He did a lot of young dating stuff, which I don't approve of, especially because I have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
And I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, when a younger person in the relationship is above a certain age, the age difference doesn't really, it's not big.
Yeah.
Because like Bill Murray now is dating someone who's 40 years younger than him, but she's 40. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I'm doing the, rounding numbers. But that's different from dating someone when you're 30 and they're 18.
Yeah, because I remember, because she just wrote a song called 29. And I don't know if you've heard it.
Is it about him?
She hasn't confirmed or denied that it's about him, but she talks about how she got to this moment where she thought about how she was the age that he was when he met her, and how she would never look at someone that age that she was in that way.
Got it.
And how just it gave her perspective.
Okay, so I'm going to get the answer right now. Demi, is that song about Wilmer? Question mark.
Oh my God. Well, she hasn't answered. She's been very loose about how she's answered it, which is fair because it's no one's business but hers.
Wait a minute, Jen Stone.
What?
If you write a song that's very personal to you, I mean, like Jagged Little Pill was about the Dave guy from Full House. You know that, right?
It was Dave Coulier?
Yes, 100%. It was about him. But if you write that song and you've dated him and there's like history there, are we not allowed to ask or find that out?
You can ask, but I think it's up to the person whether they want to say exactly or not. To me, the song's pretty damn clear who it's about. Like, she's vague in her answers about it, but it's like it's her right to whether she wants to confirm or deny.
Yeah.
And she's vague in how she answers it. But when you listen to the song, which it's a phenomenal song, it is so just, as somebody who I've dated older for other reasons, but when I was younger, I dated guys that were older, and thinking as a young girl, you think it's like, oh, it's because I'm so mature and together and all this kind of stuff. And then you get older and you realize, oh, no, it's because I'm naive and I'll put up with shit that I wouldn't when I was older, and I'm easier to manipulate. And like, there's a lot of other more nefarious reasons why an older guy will date a girl who's freshly 18.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with I'm trying not to be hypocritical because when I was on Wizards, I was dating someone who was 24, and I think I was
but
more
she wasn't
than 10
freshly 18. There's a big difference.
18 and 24 are very different, but still, I mean, I look at a 24-year-old now, and I'm like, that person
like my
is
ex right now is my age, and he just dated a girl who just graduated from college.
High school?
Well, that would be one thing, but she just graduated from college. And I think about how different I was when I first graduated from college versus where I am mentally now. And I think ultimately, it says a lot about where the person is with their emotional maturity.
Yeah, sure.
And just their maturity overall by dating somebody who's younger.
And also, like you said, per your creative output, your song, it's nobody else's business. So if you're a legal age and you want to date someone who's older, then that's your right as a human being.
Can
correct?
I ask you a personal question?
Yes, Jen Stone.
Because you did date someone who was in their 20s when you were in your maybe about 10 years older at the time.
Yeah, she was closer to my oldest daughter's age than to me. Yeah, so that was a little.
My question is,
peculiar.
Did you feel like, because you also just got out of like a really rough divorce,
and it was I had divorced 4 years prior to dating. Her name is Faye. That's who it was.
But my question is because like I said, I always take it as when someone dates younger when they're older. Is like I said, it talks to like emotional maturity or where you are emotionally at that point. Did you feel like you just needed some emotional levity at that time?
I don't know exactly.
Okay.
I think there was some stuff that I needed to work out. I mean, when I first met her, I was like, oh my God, I'm falling in love with you. You're amazing. And hopefully the same thing was happening. And then over time, listen, every relationship that I've had
has a purpose.
I've learned something.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
and also, I think that's true of any relationship.
Doesn't matter if you're, an older person or not. You can still act, silly or not truthful or not responsible or that kind of thing. You can miss each other on that level, But getting into it, I think I was, I don't know, it was 4 years out of the marriage, and I wanted to be in a relationship. And I think that was something. Now, listen, I've dated a lot of, out there people.
Yeah, you've dated older,
my wife now.
younger,
Yeah, and my wife now, Yulia, is very grounded. She's younger than me. And I think I've matured a little bit. So maybe even though I'm actually older than her, I'm a little more at her level. I don't know what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying though, because one of the things I love about you is you're like a big kid in a lot of ways. And I think that's one of the best things about you, and you've really worked hard to like grow in yourself and mature in a lot of ways emotionally over the years. You're welcome. And just in yourself as a human being. And so I think finding Yulia, you've kind of met somebody in the middle of those places. And when I say that when people date younger, I'm talking about dating someone who's freshly out of college, freshly out of high school.
Right, no, I get it.
Because I agree with you. I think at a certain point it levels out.
Yeah.
Where age is kind of irrelevant, but when it becomes something where you're like, okay, but there's life things that don't sync up, that's where I start to question like emotional maturity. But
and also similar like interests and stuff. And I think a big thing as to why Yulia and I get along so well.
Yeah.
I think I'm turning red because I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, no.
Wait. Hold on. Yulia, stand by.
Zach Baggins?
No, stop it. No. One of the reasons we get along so well. Oh, I know. I remember. I've been very generous in giving in my relationships. And I'm not trying to kudos to me, but I didn't get that much back.
Yeah.
So
I relate to that.
And also, covering my side of the street of that, I didn't accept it. I didn't want it. I wanted to just take care of everything.
Yeah.
And now Yulia takes care of me, and I take care of her.
It's mutual.
I'm not getting emotional. I'm not going to cry. Here I am.
But that's a beautiful thing.
It's just nice to have someone, genuinely, not to say that other relationships weren't genuine, but that she is there for me unconditionally.
Yeah. It's the goal, I think, for most relationships in one aspect is to have a give and take.
Yeah.
And I totally relate to giving and giving and giving and just having someone take and want more, and then you're left with whatever they've taken, and you're like, my gas tank is empty, I have nothing left to give, and they're like, okay, cool, thanks, bye.
Yeah, it's like the giving tree.
It's like the giving tree. Yeah. It's exactly like the giving tree.
Okay, so this is a rewatch podcast.
Yes.
Listen.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get. We always do
guys,
that where we rewatch the podcast and then we get
folks,
super deep.
Wait a minute. Are you allowed to say guys, folks? What do you say? Fans, people,
Homo sapiens.
Homo sapiens out there. Some people love when we only talk about the episode, and some people love when we do a little.
That's why we do a little bit of both.
Yeah, we do a little bit of both. Okay, so
let's get back
if I may,
for the rewatch
scene
people.
2, we're doing learning about genies, and I just have to say, who the fuck drew the genie on the chalkboard in the classroom? Because it's a good drawing.
Okay.
But, I mean, I didn't do it.
We had, and I'm going to kick myself.
But I meant in the show, not in real life.
Oh, in the real
But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I was like, that's a really good drawing of a genie.
We're going to say it's Jerry. We're going to say it's Jerry who did it. Because they were like a PA that did all of them. Because there was one I have actually at home. I have one of the it's like a pop art version of Harper.
Oh.
And she drew all of them.
You got to put that on the Patreon. I want to see that.
My mom has to take a picture of it because it's in her weird Texas, all of my posters.
Text her. Tell her to do it. Okay, so this learning about and getting into the genie world of wishes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, and she was really kind of the actress was big with what you know what I mean. She definitely did a big.
She did the Disney pixie stick acting for sure.
And it was silly and it worked. I thought it worked. It was funny. But if you had one wish, what would it be?
I know. This is such a hard question.
That was me asleep, everybody.
I know, that's a really good question. If I had one wish.
Okay, do you want me to tell you my wish?
Yes, please.
I would wish for 1,000 more wishes.
I feel okay.
Is that cheating?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but the fucking genie's trying to cheat you.
Hey, that's true.
Cheat the genie.
Con out the con. For me, I would try to find contentment in every day.
Okay.
You know, but now I'm trying to figure out how the genie would do that. You know what this reminds me of? Did you ever see the movie Bedazzled?
Hey, thank you so much for watching this clip of Wizards of Waverly Pod. And for the full episode, go to the Wizards Pod YouTube channel. The link is in the description.
And for exclusive weekly bonus content, join our Patreon now. There's a link in the description for that too. Thanks for watching.
Bye now.